Alrighty, I looked online, didn't see too many other videos of extreme cold weather chicken waterers. So I'm building one and I'll show you guys the process. So I did level the ground, tamped it down, put the center blocks in to raise the box high enough to get it the right height for the chickens. So the construction is just made out of ripped 2x4s in the corners, and then it's 2-inch foam board. And I don't know if you can see it there or not, but there is a hole drilled out to match up with the bottom of the trash can. So this is just a 20-gallon brute trash can, a lot cheaper than the blue food grade containers. So here is this is a 3/4 inch bulkhead fitting. I just picked up from Home Depot, and then this is tightened in there. And so I'm just gonna work on put this together. I did put Teflon tape on this. I do not want it to be leaking, obviously. I'm just going to line this up with the hole in the box. So the trash can is in the box, and I'm just dry fitting the pipe before I glue it in. So the pipe is fully inserted. I am going to be putting a union in, so if I ever need to take the outside piece off and repair it for any reason, I could just undo the union and the whole outside piece can come apart. So I already made the line for where I want to make the cut. So I'll just take it out, make the cut, glue it, and put it back in. So I did have to pull the trash can back out so I can just have easier access to clean the fitting. Because we do want to make sure we don't have any leaks. So I'll put the glue in there, throw it in real quick so I can put the pipe in before it dries. PVC glue does dry pretty quick, so when you do this part, you got to be pretty quick. Alright, so the pipe has been glued in. Gave it a little bit for it to cure. So now we're going to go ahead and put the union in. And the union does have an O-ring on it, so just try to be careful and don't get anything on it. And this, of course, is a low pressure system, so shouldn't have to worry about leaks too bad. And so the union's been glued in. It's set for a little bit, so it should be dry now. To put the other part on, it is 2 more pieces. So all this does is it just screws on. Now this side's slip joint as well, so everything I put on this side has to be glued on. So the way I'm designing this to make sure it is freeze proof with our extreme cold weather that we get here in Alaska is first I'm using insulation, of course, because that always helps. But I'm also using electricity, 2 forms of heat. One is I'm going to put a livestock heater in the trash can itself, and then I'm also putting heat tape around the PVC pipe that is going to be outside of the box, outside of the trash can. So I did pick up a 6-footer because it's the shortest one you can get. So I am limited to 6 foot of PVC. That's all I can put to make sure it does stay freeze proof. So I'm going to design it around this 6 foot length, and this is thermostat controlled. You just have to put this black part against your PVC pipe because that's what reads the temperature. So make sure you primer all your joints. You give it a second for it to flash off, and then go ahead and start assembling. And for your union, make sure you have the collar on before you put any, like for example, I'm doing a T here. If I didn't do this ahead of time, the T, you would not be able to get the union back on, or the collar back on the union. So be sure it's in place before you glue anything. Just try not to get the glue up into the threads, otherwise it defeats the purpose of the union. Alright, so I got the, I guess you call the nipple or the stub or whatever on the union. And then we'll go ahead and glue the T onto it. Orientation at this point does not matter. Because you can spin it 360 degrees in the union. Now that the T is glued onto the union, you go ahead and screw the union back together. So I do want this going horizontal. So I'll connect the pipe going over into a 90 and basically around the box. So I'm cutting all my pipe and test fitting everything. So what I'm going to do is put this in this way, and then I'll have another one coming off to the right, and then I got a plug for the end, but I didn't realize that I need a coupler to connect the plug to the pipe, so I'm going to have to go around the store and get a coupler for this end and then also the right end as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this glued in, go to the store, get 2 couplers, and I'll be right back. Alright, back from the store. Got the left side all glued up with the coupler and the cap, or the plug. So now I'm going to go ahead and see how long we have here so I don't make the other side too long. I'm just putting this on there for temporary. I will eventually brace this so there's not too much pressure on this union or the bulkhead fitting. Please consider supporting the channel. You can for free by liking the video, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. You can also purchase items designed by me at one of the pinned links. Alright, so I got the whole PVC part done, and then I took it off with the union. That's the purpose of it. And then I flipped it over so I could put these little upholstery nipples on the bottom side. And just the way they work, here, I'll show you. Just the chicken pecks on this right here. It just lets water come out from the inside of whatever container it's screwed to. Typically, most people put these on like the bottom of like a 5-gallon bucket, but in my case, I'm putting them on the bottom of this PVC, so then the 20-gallon trash can will feed this PVC, and basically I have a week or so's worth of water. I don't have to come out here every day and water the chickens. There's an issue with that though. Didn't realize that until I'm trying to install it. Since these are got a flat surface and the PVC is, rounded, the washer is not making contact all the way around. So I'm gonna still continue to use them, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put a bead of silicone all the way around here. So I'm not gonna be able to use this right away. I'm gonna have to let the silicone cure at least overnight, and then tomorrow I'll go ahead and screw it in and test for leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue put the rest of these nipples on, and then I'll put it back on the union and show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so the easiest way I figured out how to install these is I went ahead and disassembled them. It just spins apart so you can access the inside to clean it out or whatever. You only need the bottom piece, so go ahead and take the whatever you call this out. And see, this is the part that's got the threads on it that goes in the hole. So I just took a socket, put it on a drill, and then just with a little bit of pressure and not a very fast speed, it'll start inserting itself. Try not to go too deep with it. And like I said, I have to put silicone on because the washer's not bottomed out. But after that piece is on, put the little rod back in, and then the top piece, you got to be careful. There is a ball bearing in there, so go ahead and drop the ball bearing in. Now the top piece as well has another rod. If you're not careful, it'll fall out. So go ahead and put that back in, and make sure you hold it while you spin that piece back on until it's all the way firmly secured. And that's all I did to install the other those three so far. I have 5 more to do, and then I'll put the silicone on. Alright, so I got all the poultry nipples installed along with silicone. Hopefully nothing leaks. We just can't test it until the silicone is cured. So but while that is curing, I'm going to go ahead and put the heat tape on, secure it, and then I am going to wrap it with pipe insulation as well and secure that so the chickens don't peck at it. And I'll wrap it a little bit better after I get a little bit more secured. All right, all the piping is done. So there's a cap on that, sorry, a plug on that side, goes into a 90, of course, a T, which goes into the union, into the bulkhead fitting into the trash can. And then over here, same as the other side, 90, and then a plug on the end. There's heat wrap from end to end, and then wrapped in insulation, wrapped in duct tape so the chickens don't try to peck at the insulation. The wire goes up into an electric cord, so that should protect the PVC from freezing. I also have this. This does up to a 50-gallon stock tank. So it's 500 watts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the trash can itself, and that should prevent the trash can from freezing. So I'll just route that up to this extension cord as well, and then the next day or so I will get a cover made for the top. But that concludes the build for the extreme cold weather chicken water. Hope that helps you guys out. I haven't seen any other videos online, anything like this at all. And the chickens have already figured out how to use it. Oh, I did support the ends. For right now, I'm just using a 2x4 with duct tape to support the weight, one on both sides. But as you can see, the chickens are making use out of it. Alrighty, well, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. Have a good one.